Right, so I've already gone ahead and I've marked all the areas that I think need repair, which on this fender, as you can see, is a lot. This fender is in pretty bad condition, if you ask me. Now, you guys can see, hopefully you can see on camera, there's a dent here, there's a crack there, there's a bunch of little dents everywhere. Needs to be sanded completely. The previous owner had side skirts on this. He drilled holes here. I'll fill those in. On the door, there is not too much damage on this door, except a big scratch here. From here to here, all this paint needs to be sanded down. Well, the whole car is going to get sanded down, but especially right here. As you guys can see, my clear coat is all peeled up here, down here. There's a big spot right here that I don't know what the hell happened. Somebody tried to fill this in at one point, and this is how it ended up. Gotta fix that. Same thing with the side skirts here. There's a small little crack here. Crack here, cracks. All these are little dents. You guys can't, I don't think you can see it on video, but you can definitely feel them. You can definitely see them in the sun. All those areas. One up here. Now, the hatch, I'm not worried about. It's actually not dented at all. Rear bumper, I'm not worried about. On the roof, there's actually a couple little rust spots that I marked off just so I can sand them pretty well and, you know, get rid of all that dust, especially around the sunroof area. Sunroof actually needs a new gasket. All this right here, there's no gasket. Big spot up here where the paint peeled away. On the headlights, there's a couple little spots like right here, up here, same thing over here. All these areas need to be sanded down well. Fender got a rust spot right here. This fender is not as bad as the other one, but it does have its little marks, little cracks in the paint. Over here too. More little rust spots. And then this door is a little bit more damaged than the other one. Have a tiny little dent here, but something happened down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Somebody at one point hit something, dented all this right here, and then scratched up the door pretty bad there. Fender, side skirt holes again. All these little rock chips, and then kind of a small dent here and there. And now the biggest damage to this car, this was a drift car from the previous owner, and I guess he smashed something, and this whole area right here, if you guys can tell, especially right here, is all Bondo. So I can feel, you know, the sheet metal here, but I think this main area right here, where it circles the tail light, where it hugs it, all this needs to be fixed. They tried fixing it. They did an okay job. You know, I'm not one to judge on bodywork because I've never done it, but I can definitely feel, you can see it's so rough. It cracked right here. So I need to figure something out. The little bumper area here too. All this is Bondo right here. So I marked off this big old area. This is probably going to be the last thing I do because it's going to be so time consuming, and I need to figure out exactly what to do here to get the shape down right. So those are all the areas. More rust right here. And I'm also debating if I'm going to keep the swing or not. If I don't, I need to fill in all these little holes from the screws that the previous owner did. But that's the main area. It's going to be this. Everything else is just, you know, small dents, small little cracks and rust spots that'll go away. But as you can see, there's a lot of damage, mainly on this side, on the fender and on the quarter panel. But I don't want to go over fenders, which would be the easy route because it would just cover everything. But there's no fun in that, and I want to keep it stock body. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling in all these areas, sanding down. It's going to be a lot of work, but it will be worth it because I can say I did it myself. Alright guys, so the bodywork is almost done. As you guys can see, all the trims are gone, mirrors gone, and the bodywork is almost there. Everything is sanded down. Now before I say anything, it's my first time ever working with Bondo, with sandpaper, with a sander, any of that kind of stuff. This is my first time ever. So if things don't come out perfect, it's okay. You know, I still saved a ton of money doing it myself, and I actually have a little pride in that because I put in the hard work. Nobody else did it for me. I didn't pay thousands of dollars for this. So if I can do this, you guys can definitely do it at home. All those dents that you guys saw before are all gone. Like I said, I'm not the best bodywork guy in the world. This is my first time. But for it to be my first time, I think I did a pretty awesome job. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty proud of that. Still some areas that need to be touched up, like here. This Bondo still needs to be sanded away because I went ahead and did another layer. Same thing with here, right here, and the third brake light area. You guys can see the wing is gone. I'm not going to use that Rocket Bunny style wing anymore. I sold that. That's gone. I went ahead and patched up all the holes where the self-tappers were. And actually, when I took off that wing, I noticed the owner had already patched up the third brake light. So I never had a third brake light, I guess. So I went ahead and did another layer on it just to help it smooth out and blend in a little more. Still got to sand that a little bit more. And I am going to go over all the Bondo spots with glaze putty just to fill up the little pinholes and stuff. But this is where we're at so far. This whole side is done. Roof is done. Trunk, 90% there. Just need that little spot. That door is done. That fender's done. Quarter panel, just need to touch up that. And this area, and if you guys want to know how I did this area, if you guys can remember from the beginning, this whole area was hit. It was all Bondo. When I sanded it away, it was really, really rough, really wavy. Previous owner did a pretty good job of pulling out that dent, but it was still pretty rough. So what I went ahead and did was I went to the junkyard, found another 240, and I cut off this whole section. Then I made a fiberglass mold out of this whole area right here, this whole turn right here. If you guys want to know how I did that fiberglass mold, make sure you check out that video. I'll put a link to that. So I did the mold, and then when I went ahead and did was put more fiberglass resin on the back of that mold, stuck it on here, and then put more fiberglass towards the outer edges of it to help it blend in with the car. And I put two self-tappers, one here and one around here, just to help it hold in place. It dried up, it stayed there. I actually grinded away the self-tappers, so you can't even tell they're there. They're actually still there, helping the piece stay on there. And then I sanded it all away, went ahead and put some Bondo. Still got to touch up some areas, but it looks a lot better than it ever did. Now I'm gonna actually grab the tail light real quick. Put you guys down. When I check the tail light, let's put that on there. Look at that. Bam. Way better than he was before. You know, maybe a professional guy will be like, oh, there was a hit there, but as for me, that's pretty good compared to this side, stock side. That's how it's supposed to be. This is how we ended up. So I think it's pretty good for me. Like I said, first time doing everything. So the car is almost ready for primer. Still got to do a little bit of stuff, like I said. Super excited to get started on the painting on this thing. Also going to be my first time. But that's going to be it for this video. If you like it, please subscribe. It means a lot to me, guys. Any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I do respond to all you guys. Give it a like, share this with your friends. Any little support helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys stick around because this thing is going to be sick when I'm done. Trust me on that. And I'm doing the whole work by myself. No professionals. If I can do this, you guys can do this, guys. So go ahead, give it a like. See you guys next time. Peace.